Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Resilient Advisor Show. My name is Jay Coulter, and joining me for this episode is Luke Acree of ReminderMedia, and we're going to talk about his FIT process for advisor marketing.
Our mission at Resilient Advisor is to have a significant impact on the retirement crisis by educating and empowering financial advisors to better serve their clients. We bring you industry thought leaders and experts to help you make a difference in the lives of your clients.
Luke Acree is the host of the Top 100 Marketing Podcast on Apple called the Stay Paid Podcast with over 200 5-star reviews, 250 episodes, Luke. Also the president of ReminderMedia. Luke, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Jay. Really appreciate the opportunity to be here.
All right, so we are broadcasting live on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. If you are consuming this live and you want to ask Luke a question, simply type in a comment and the studio will push it through to Luke. Luke, you're new to my audience. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'll kind of shorten the boring story, but grew up in a family of 8 kids, was homeschooled, thought I was going to be in a rock band. So I was one of those crazy kids that played music 4 hours a day. Literally every day was in a band with my brothers. We traveled around, thought we were going to do that. Then like every great band story, love broke up the band. My brother ended up getting married, who was the drummer, which ended up making the band kind of disperse. Looking back, we really weren't that talented, so we weren't going to go many places. But from there, ended up, because I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, ended up going to community college to get a degree, really a certificate in computers. And doing that, figured out I really had a knack and a like for computers and software engineering, got into software engineering and started a business with my brother, Dan, the one who broke up the band. He's an incredible designer. And a website designer, a great marketer. And we started a website business called Nextmark Design. We did that for about 4 years. Doing that, I had a mentor, a friend and relative who had started ReminderMedia. My uncle, his name's Steve. He had become kind of a mentor to me in doing Nextmark Design, was doing that for about 4 years. And really over the time of mentoring me, sold me on this idea of joining up with him and taking ReminderMedia to the next level. So about almost 11 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, joined up with Steve. I just tell people, to shorten the story, God's blessed us, man. We've gone from like 40 employees to 300 employees. We've worked with over 100,000 clients at this point in the game. It's been an incredible ride. And really what we focus on, if you're wondering, hey, what is ReminderMedia? What do we do? I always tell people, there's a huge problem for business owners that they all know and feel every single day is they have a database of contacts and they have leads coming into their ecosystem every day. And they know they have to follow up with them. They know they have to nurture them, but they just don't have the time to do it. And they don't know how to do it effectively. And that's where we at ReminderMedia, we step in, we generate what I call the highest quality touch points. We automate it for you and build out your nurture campaign for you. And the best part about it is we're not focused on the products. We're focused on the ROI. Like, how do you develop strategies that actually generate ROI, that turn your clients into raving fans, that produce referrals and repeat business? So that's what we've been at for 18 years now and loving every minute of it.
Awesome. And I do want to dive into the ReminderMedia value proposition here in a minute, but let's start with your FIT framework for financial advisors as they look at their marketing. Walk us through how you help advisors turn clients into raving fans.
Yep. So we came up with this acronym FIT. Acronyms are corny, right? But they're digestible. They're memorable. What it basically is we were trying to figure out over 2 decades of working in marketing, working with 100,000 clients. I've sent over 100 million pieces of direct mail, done millions on Facebook advertising, 500 million marketing emails. Was trying to compress all of this knowledge into what are the essential elements that you need in your marketing, regardless of if you use ReminderMedia or not. Whether you're partnered with any marketing platform program, what are the things that you need in order to make sure that that marketing program generates ROI? And we've really boiled it down to 3 different elements that your marketing system must have in order to produce results. And I'll walk you through it fast, but you can, stop me at any point. We can talk about each one. But what FIT stands for is it stands for frequency, impact, and trust. And you have to have all three of these. You can't just have one, and I'll explain what I mean. If we start with frequency, we chose this word specifically because it has two direct meanings that really apply to marketing. One is the obvious. You have to frequently be in front of the people in your database, the leads that you're nurturing, for them to be able to use you and remember you. In fact, there's this rule in marketing called the rule of 7 that basically states for people to even remember your brand, for it to become recognizable, you have to get in front of them 7 times. And so what we have found over the years of doing this is that, look, you have to be frequently in front of people because frequency breeds familiarity. The more frequent I'm in front of you, Jay, the more you're going to feel comfortable with me, the more familiar you're going to become with me. And you naturally know this by if you're watching me for the first time right now and you've never seen me before, you've never heard me talk before, you're like, who is this Luke Acree guy talking really fast from the Northeast? Your natural familiarity and comfort with me is low. Not because I've done anything wrong or you've done anything wrong. It's the first time you're seeing me on this podcast. But I promise you, if you were on my email drip campaign, if you were watching my podcast, if you started to hear me speak over and over again, you would become more familiar with me, which would lead to you being more comfortable with me, which would ultimately lead to you trusting me more. And every business owner has heard, you got to get people to know, like, and trust you. But frequency isn't just about the amounts of communication. It's also the channel of communication. This is why I chose the word frequency, is because you have to figure out the channel that your clients want to listen to. Like a radio station has different frequencies. You have to figure out what level does my client want to communicate or my prospect want to communicate on, meaning Jay might like a phone call. Luke might like a face-to-face. I might prefer email. You might prefer text. What I encourage advisors is, as best you can, be on every frequency level for an attractive business. Be on YouTube, be on social, be in email, be face-to-face, do client events. The more frequency levels you can reach people at, the more you'll understand how that client wants to be communicated with. And the more you communicate with people the way they want to be communicated with, the more they're going to know, like, and trust you and ultimately do business with you. Now, I know I'm talking really fast, but for the sake of the podcast, I want to speed through it to give you as much value as possible. So you got to be frequent, but you can't just be frequent. Meaning most businesses get it wrong. Most marketing companies get it wrong here, is they set up drip campaigns and they go, well, we're gonna spray this neighborhood. We're gonna get mailers out in front of people. And what they do is they consistently mail to people. They consistently email. But what happens is they don't have the second element, which is impact. If you are just constantly in front of people with non-impactful information, it will have the opposite effect on your brand than you want. They will remember you. They will become very familiar with you, but they're going to become familiar in a negative connotation because they're going to view your marketing as spam marketing. Where's the mistake that marketers make? The mistake is we tend to market based upon what we want, not based upon what our clients want. Think about your marketing right now that you're sending, your drip campaigns that you're sending. It tends to be, if you look at it, it tends to be product information that you're offering, updates on the transactional services that you give to your clients, accolades that you have going on in your business, events that you're putting on in your business. It doesn't tend to be about content that your clients would actually enjoy and receive. Specifically tailoring this to financial advisors. I work with about 3,000 of them right now. And what I tell them is, think about what you're sending to your clients and ask yourself, how do I make this impactful to the client that I'm sending to? And 2 easy ways to do this. One would be, make it personal. The more you can personalize your marketing, the more relevant it's going to be to the client that you're actually sending it to, which will mean the more they'll pay attention, the more impact potential it has. The second thing you can do with your marketing to make it impactful is to make your marketing very high quality. Instead of doing things that are cheap or things that don't really have an impact from a quality standpoint, focus on quality, because psychologically people are going to perceive that. And there's this norm in psychology called the norm of reciprocity, meaning if I sent you a gift right now, Jay, you would naturally want to do what? You would want to pay me back, right? We all know this. It's the norm of reciprocity. And so from a social standpoint, the more high quality of the stuff that you can send to your clients, the more it's going to trigger that reciprocity. What's one way that you can add personalization to your business? The stat or the hack that I always give people is the Ford method. The Ford method stands for family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. So if I can know about your family, what's going on in your life, are you married, are you not married, do you have kids, do you not have kids? If I know about your work, what do you do for your occupation? Where are you going? What are you trying to achieve? What do you need? If I know your recreational activities, what do you do for your hobbies? And then do I know your dreams? Man, if I know those 4 pillars on somebody, I have a really good relationship with them. So look at your database right now that you're marketing to, your core clients, and do you know those 4 pillars? Because if you don't know those 4 pillars, how do you expect to turn this person into a raving fan if you don't have that relationship with them? And you're not going to have this on everybody in your database, but that gives you an action to now take. Like you can literally, the next phone call you make, if you're calling my wife, Megan, you can check in. If you're like, man, I'm not really sure what Megan's into, that can be kind of the crux of your conversation. Hey, Megan, I was checking in on you and Luke, seeing how things are going. Hey, I know you just had your daughter, Evelyn. Hey, are you able to still do the things you love right now? And find out what she loves and what she's into. Write that down in your CRM. So now you know how to connect with her from a marketing standpoint, because you can use content to really make impact with people. And then to wrap this up, the last element in this FIT framework. So you have frequency, you have impact, and then you have this last one, which is trust. The reality is if you're frequently in front of somebody and you're impactful, you'll end up with a bunch of best friends, not a bunch of business. And if you're an advisor and you are in this to help people, you're probably not looking for a bunch of best friends. You're looking to help people and you're looking to earn business. You need trust. And the trust is specifically becoming the business of trust. I always call it the SME in your industry. What that means is you're the subject matter expert when it comes to financial advising. So when people think, who knows the most about investment? Who knows the most about retirement? Who has the best advice for my 401k? Do they think of your name? I mean, think about it. I'll share this as an example. When I say electric cars, who do you think of, Jay? Like who?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, Tesla. So think about that, right? I said a category and you thought of a specific person. And this guy, and I've done this all over the country with people that are spread out, and everybody, it's like 98% of people say Tesla, Elon Musk, Tesla, Elon Musk.
I don't know who else you can say.
Yeah, Prius, Chevy. There's actually so many companies. What's weird is there's so many companies that sell electric cars. But Elon Musk has become the subject matter expert, the owner of the category of electric cars. So the question is, how do you do that? How do you become the Tesla of financial advising in your local database, in your local community? I think there's 3 easy ways in marketing to build trust with people. One is showcase your accolades. So you can humble brag, right? You can showcase, hey, I've been in the business this long. I've worked with this many clients. I'm a top 1% advisor. I'm a Barron's advisor. You can show accolades that build trust. Naturally, I can do this for myself, right? So you were having me introduce myself. I'm the president of ReminderMedia as an accolade. My company's been on Inc. 5000 4 years in a row. I've worked with 100,000 clients. I've sent 100 million pieces of direct mail. All these things, all they're doing is going, I can at least trust that this guy, Luke, he knows a little bit about marketing. But you have to be careful with this first one because it's a humble brag. And if you brag too much, it's going to turn people off. And people care what I have to say, but they really care what my clients have to say about me. So the second way you can build trust is showcasing client testimonials, showcasing case studies. In the financial realm, this is all shifting finally to where you're going to actually have some potential to showcase testimonials. In the past, it was very difficult, but it's starting to shift a little bit for you. But showcasing reviews, client testimonials, case studies. I was looking for an estate planning attorney just recently. One of the things this firm did is they had me call a couple of their clients to get their client's opinion of what it's like working with them. And that was a way to build trust, to build credibility, to move me further down the sales process. The third way you can build trust is the most effective, and this really will help you creating raving fans and get you in that authority figure, is showcase educational content. So you have frequently asked questions that are asked to you over and over again by all your prospects. There are common questions right now because of COVID that are being asked. You have the answers to those. Put that out there. Like take out your phone, film a video of you answering that question, write a blog of you answering that question. put an email campaign together of you answering that question. When you do that, that's going to naturally, if you post that with impactful content and you do it frequently, you're going to eventually build yourself as the business of trust when people go, man, there's no one who knows more about retirement, financial investing, planning for my future than Jay. And that's what's going to lead me. And so, again, this FIT framework is like, if your marketing's not producing return on investment, if you're not getting referrals from your database, look at your marketing going, is my marketing frequent enough? Am I communicating on the channel that my client wants me to? Is it impactful enough, or am I just giving them transactional information constantly? And is it trust building, where I'm showcasing things that I'm giving away, valuable content, educational content, authority-based content that positions me as an authority on my subject matter? When that trifecta comes together, booyah, man, that's when you actually start generating referrals. That's when you start generating business. So a ton of info thrown at you, but that's really the FIT framework, trying to take 20 years of doing this into a digestible piece.
Into 12 minutes. And you did a great job with it. So the FIT framework, I learned the Ford method today. I like that framework because I think some advisors who are very, very close with their clients have done it naturally because it comes out in conversation. And for others, look, it's a lot of work to figure out what those common touch points are going to be to build that. And I'd also suggest to viewers and listeners that, Luke comes about this from 20 years of experience. And then he also has one of the top podcasts on marketing where he's interviewed subject matter experts themselves. And for viewers, I'm throwing up the Stay Paid podcast. For listeners, please visit ReminderMedia.com/podcast. Tell us a little bit about the show, where it's been, where you're going, and some of your guests.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that question so much. The show came out of this reality that you can have all the head knowledge in the world, but if it doesn't turn into heart knowledge, it's never going to turn into action, right? As Tony Robbins teaches, emotion creates motion. So if you're if you're stagnant in your life right now, if you're not executing on these ideas, you got to get your emotion going, right? You got to take action. And Josh and I really were looking for ways for our clients to inspire action in them, because we felt like, man, we're giving you the tools, we're giving you the strategies, but so many are not taking action. So the thought process was, what if we bring in some of the brightest minds, the best in the industry, we interview them, we get their inspirational stories, their tips to inspire our clients in a new way to really take action. And the whole value proposition of Stay Paid is, yes, we're going to give you great principles that you've maybe heard before or new things you've never heard. But every episode, we're going to boil it down and give you one action item that we believe you can take action in your business the next day, literally that same week. And we have already gotten, even on our reviews, people have said that, hey, listening to this podcast is 3x my business, because that's really where my pet peeve is and passion for helping entrepreneurs is like, man, there's so much knowledge out there. But the best system is the system you use. The best one is you take action on. I close out every podcast by saying the difference between top producers and mediocre producers is top producers take action. So would love for you guys to listen. I think you'll get a ton of value. We interview from all over different industries. So financial services, real estate. We interviewed the CEO of Bixby's Coffee. That's like a $450 million coffee business. How did he create that? What are some of those things special in his life and his business? So would love for you guys to check it out.
Yeah, and so for financial advisors listening, I know Ed Slott is a very well-known brand in the industry. He was a recent guest on the show. So what I appreciate about the show you're doing is it's not just for financial advisors in their marketing. There's other industries that you guys serve, and we'll get into that in a second, who you serve, but they're great ideas that work across all the different types of marketing avenues. You guys have also done an excellent job with your YouTube channel. So for listeners and viewers, if you go to and subscribe to the Stay Paid YouTube channel, you will find that they break out their content into areas of interest. So they've got a list for real estate, sales tips for top producers, step-by-step sales and marketing solutions, put a pin in it, tutorials on how to close more deals, and all things around sales and marketing. The importance there is you can go and consume the content when you need it, as you need it. Look, what do folks need to know about the YouTube channel?
Yeah, so I mean, I think you're hitting the nail on the head. The idea there is to try to give you different avenues of content. There's inspirational content on there to help inspire you, get you going in the morning. There's technical content like how-tos on there to really teach you how to do stuff. So if you don't know how to go live on Facebook, there's things to show you how to do that. The whole idea behind the YouTube channel, right? And I'll boil it and tie it into what I was just talking about is it's a frequency level that we want to communicate on. Like, not everybody's going to love the YouTube channel. I wish you would, but not everybody is. But there's a lot of you out there that love YouTube, that love watching videos, that love getting content. That's how you learn. We have content out there now available for you to help you in your business, help you from a marketing standpoint. And our goal with it is to be able to communicate with you in that way, to build trust, to build impact. So if you need help in your marketing, you'll come to Luke Acree and ReminderMedia. So the same thing I just taught you about for your own business, I'm implementing in mine because the framework works. It doesn't matter what business you're in. I want to be out in front of you frequently with video content. I want to give you impactful educational content to help build trust. And I ultimately want to position myself as an authority on my subject matter of marketing. So you end up going, man, maybe Luke Acree can help me in my marketing. And so if you think about it in terms of why are we doing YouTube? Ultimately, it's to give back and attract people into our ecosystem that would ultimately want to do business with us, but take advantage of it too, because there's so much good content on there that can help you in your business and your day-to-day.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so, Luke, the reason we know each other is I met a gentleman named Andrew Saxa at a conference about 2 years ago. We built a relationship. He also helped set up this interview, and he's watching live here today. Andrew, glad you're hanging with us. Let's wrap up with ReminderMedia and the value proposition for financial advisors. And I'm just going to turn it over to you, pull your website up, and walk us through what advisors experience when they work with Reminder.
Yeah, so like I had mentioned it earlier on, if you are struggling to connect with your database consistently, impactfully, in a way to build trust, that's our specialty. So we create what I say are the highest quality touch points. I'll explain our flagship one to you because I think it will resonate a ton. It's a 48-page coffee table publication. So you can see Jay kind of scrolling on the screen for those who are watching the video. But we basically create a magazine for you, fill it with content that your clients will love, things like travel, art, food, nothing controversial, but then brand it to you in 6 different places. So it's really your magazine. We then send it as a gift from you to your clients. And where this has been so impactful for our financial advisors is it gives them a relationship and lifestyle touch point to send to their clients. Something that's non-transactional. It gives them a way to connect with the wives in the relationship that maybe they haven't talked to before. It gives them a way to send something to the beneficiaries. So you think the kids who are going to inherit the money, how do you get in front of them in a non-salesy way, in a way that's impactful, that will also brand you as the advisor of trust? So many of our advisors put the kids on the list. And then the most important one is it helps you generate referrals because it gives you the easy way to connect to other people that your clients know to introduce your brand. And I'll wrap up with this example. If you have, let's say, a lawyer in your book of business and you have them, they're one of your great clients, and there's 4 other lawyers at that firm, at that law firm. You're looking naturally as an advisor to go, how do I leverage my relationship with my client Jay to get to Luke, the other lawyer at the firm? The magazine, this touch point, gives you an incredible way to do that because you can easily call up Jay and say, hey, Jay, wanted to introduce myself to Luke. Do you mind if I send him the magazine that I send you? And 9 times out of 10, Jay's like, oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'll let Luke know it's coming. The magazine, because it's more gift-oriented, it's more about enjoyment of what that person would want. They don't perceive it as you just trying to earn their business, you just trying to sell them something. It's a nice intro to get your face in front of them consistently. And then now you have a perfect reason to reach out because you sent them a gift. And we find that it triggers reciprocity. We see a 58% referral rate over the course of 12 months of sending this touch point. So some incredible stats there that we've found with our clients using it. Would love for you guys to check it out. And we have digital touch points as well that go along with it. So you can hit on every frequency level.
Excellent. For podcast listeners, make sure you visit ReminderMedia.com, ReminderMedia.com. I would also say you guys have a lot of great resources in the form of ebooks and white papers on marketing. You guys really do have a servant's attitude about education around marketing, and it's definitely a website worth checking out if you're working on your marketing program. Luke, I know your time is valuable. Congratulations on all the success with the Stay Paid podcast, and I appreciate you taking some time to come on today.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate the opportunity.
Our mission at Resilient Advisor is to have a significant impact on the retirement crisis by educating and empowering financial advisors to better serve their clients. In the new Resilient Advisor series, How I Serve, we interview top financial advisors who are making a difference in the lives of their clients.